see.
Since we're
All right.
Hi, Catherine, it's us! Got any new
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. Once we receive word of it... Yep. So
that's the plan! Whew, we can... Hi, my nose!
the movements of the abyss... Once the...
Oh, right. Most people... Oh, hey, Kachina! Wow! So we'll finally get... Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
You might want to get a guide if you're not familiar.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're... No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. But we'd need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to... The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to... But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset, after all.
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's sparing glory, which grows even richer and heavier as we forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside of Natlan.
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged, but even...
Seems though I have...
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do...
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already...
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and if she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record his heroic...
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met... Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone... I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that we need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things...
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to... I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And...
Well, yeah. At the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two.
Great going, Mawika. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should...
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things. Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person. Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace.
See, Lolly knows him too?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroran, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Seat Lally could be the first one to notice Auroran's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Roar?
Yeah! Plus, we kind of...
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expect, then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Seat Lolly can meet it. Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you.
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going. Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have, bad news. Seat Lolly did not reply to our request.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give...
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Nightwind often, but let's...
That's true. Paimon doesn't see anybody.
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no...
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't a subject always answer the call of their arch...
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth, unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter! Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let— If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old—
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Seatlali.
Wait, you're Seatlali? You're Granny Eatstily?
Yes, Granny Eatstly. But emphasis on Eatstly, not Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So,
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that— Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little
It was my idea to invite you here, Seatlali. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, "But, of course." It's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else— At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed?
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help and—
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me— Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. O weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above— Huh? Don't move.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Ah, shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your—
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroron back, I'll take you to see the Lord.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an— The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over—
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take— Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber. But I will need to prepare a few more things.
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to—
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down—
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If—
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing— He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done— In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once
You can count on—
All right. Thank you for— Ad Astra—
Is this really necessary?
An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some— I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. However...
Didn't Kanich say that she's a big name in that land? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. And the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that he learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place. Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your... here, give... Huh? How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it now.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard it.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't. When I help... Anyway, we'll need to...
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that? What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match theirs, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right?
Huh? Was that Seat Lolly's voice?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are... Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go...
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there! Yeah, judging...
wait. The phlogiston here... Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Auroron wasn't... We've got to find him. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other... if they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire. No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No. No.
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to invest, 10% to making a final decision, and the remainder for execution.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is... I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro...
Kanich told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that...
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Given there are 2 signals leading... I'll take this direction, and leave the other one... Auroron! What the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. You little brat.
And off she goes! Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Seat Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response. So you were thinking the same thing! Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a... Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? Huh. So we can't tell. That's weird. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right?
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk, and given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground?
See, Lolly! He froze for a moment and then just collapsed.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry, we can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you...
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from... In any case, let's take a bit... Need to be more careful.
Feeling better yet, Trev?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Aurora...
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes. Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by...
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
See, Lolly, is struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts on my count. Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
Almost. Target acquired.
Prepare yourself. Let's not waste time. So soon.
Illusion shattered!
Bow your head. Prepare yourself.
Locked up.
Send this quickly. So soon. It isn't time for a break yet.
Okay.
Worthless pile of garbage.
Look over there.
Huh?
That's Aurora.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the... Without the sun, I can...
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper.
On my... Still trying to resist?
No excuse for slacking!
Target acquired.
This ship's in this quickly! Time to fulfill some duty.
For the Lord of the Night! Let the mighty be humbled!
Let's end this quickly!
Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
I got him cornered!
Can't run from death.
Settle down!
Teamwork is dreamwork!
The time's beckon.
It's not survive it!
Claim these souls!
You can't see through you! Looks like I went too far.
Now you shall perish!
Bow your head.
Auroron!
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
And greetings to you too, Gramps.
What did you just call him?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone...
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove...
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to. Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next... They didn't hurt you.
No, They just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line district.
Okay. Now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape?
Yes,
So why did you do it?
because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make...
Hey! I'm no ordinary granny! Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted post. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still...
I'm sorry.
Forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Your vegetable?
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the pirate...
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lolly is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have...
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the speaker's chamber.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Oh, thank you.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you... Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Goodbye, Gramps.
We're finally done. All right, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What? What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he... Oh, that Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was all that stuff about protecting Lolly and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along. Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your... We still have another whole day...
Okay. Yeah. Hup.
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing...
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could. It's all clear. Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing, if we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to—
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will pay. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa's plan?
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis since I was defeated in battle. I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan, and now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can—
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching.
Something? Bad news, chump! It's your granny!
See, Lolly? When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must— How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with the Fatui? Oh, here we go again! Cat got your tongue!
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh! And now you're talking back! Well, go on then. Explain yourself.
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Wait, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact, so maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now. You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss...
Is this really necessary?
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Why did you help the captain? No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me... Really? You're just going to stonewall me? Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping? You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny...
Why is he staring at us all of a sudden?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? You...
Sorry.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now. You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. I'm starting to get lost.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you—
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely—
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them, Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this. Do you two have some time? Feeling hungry?
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just
Then let's go. We can find somewhere to sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
How did this become Paimonville? Sweet Lolly looks quite down on herself. All right. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide into that? So you can just sit back and enjoy, Sweet Lolly. Paimon will take care of it.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to—
Are you sure? We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be—
Sure, that's fine with us, but Paimon doesn't—
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work. Do you see two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other.
But Paimon only sees one person there.
Huh? How could that be? I guess my mind isn't as sharp as it used to be.
Do you think she's drunk?
There you go, miss. Oh my, it's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention—
Oh, so you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you—
Wait, so you call her—
Well, given our ages, it'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny. She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the Nightwind. Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you?
Oh, please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be—
All right, that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me.
Well then, you have my—
Seat Lowie? Seat Lowie?
Who's that? You got some gall calling me by my first name.
Are you still with us, Seat Lowie? You're kinda tough.
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always come on. Monster? Me? Really? What
Granny Seat Lowie, you're not a monster at all.
Exactly! And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know. Oh yeah. And I have to mentor all the new kids. Hey, new kid. Yeah, you. Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him. That's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Did she just fall asleep with her eyes open?
Behind this pitch-black curtain, a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the...
She's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the
Is this another specialty of the Masters of...
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks,
Warning, warning. Red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of Traveler? Paimon?
What's wrong?
I'm gonna hurl.
hang on, just keep it in.
Phew. Okay.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just...
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up. Not once.
Are you feeling okay? Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
There's so much that I want to say, but...
Why not? Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think?
Oh, Paimon gets it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of...
No, that wasn't my point at all! Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame! I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it!
Actually,
Huh? Tell me what?
yeah, this is...
So... you heard... You heard...
It's okay, Sweet Lolly! You had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much! It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing!
So that, happens to you?
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just... Take a walk with me.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
Been here before?
Are you running away?
Well, great view, right?
Wow, it's beautiful!
You're making...
Oh no, what do we do?
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... embarrassed. Here you... Let's just have a casual conversation.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things...
Well, I guess I used to be more of... And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. It might as well be true.
But you're just a regular person.
The kids of my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her.
Well, you are powerful. Are they...
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that. And what about you?
We don't find you scary at all.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe.
We believe you. Shilonen has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Auroran's a special case. Mawika already told you about her plan. And you've given so much help to Auroran and me. Auroran's not like other people. The reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen. Capable of bringing about illness, no one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a mere. The Masters of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls. And in Auroron's incomplete soul, a possibility to turn Auroron into a vessel for lost. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroron would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place, strengthening the ley lines and...
Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Now you see the problem. When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift. Unable to find... The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroron, I wasn't surprised the chief at the time came up with the plan. The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chief. When the chief asked for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing. Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed. The plan, everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. He asks this question. Wait,
what?
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroron has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. He understands just how dire the situation with ley lines has become. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan. I can only imagine what they told him.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroron into this. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back! You don't look so good, Sweet Lolly. Maybe you should head back and get some sleep.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good. Okay. Forget that. I need to go home. You've helped me so much already.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. We can figure out our next move in the morning. Friends. I like the sound of that.
Auroron's probably back with the captain, don't you think? You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us? Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her direct, but she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. For now!
Okay.
Noisy outside. Hyman still hasn't sleep. Well, guess we should see what's going on.
You're already here. I was...
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive, especially after all the drink.
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed about the whole thing. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like all the warriors from the stadium are on the move. I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Night Wind.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on—
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. The stadium could always use more man. I'm done I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the speaker's chamber. I'll accept however, but I should be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe. As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilona. Thank you. All right.
She left in a hurry. The situation must be really oh, looks like a lot of people are heading—
Traveler, over here! Perfect. Our star Outlander has appeared.
Oh, you're all here! But, what's with—
Just my way of saying how awesome you are. We've got a real—
Alright!
The Abyss suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty.
Yes. The tribes have Chaska not—
I plan on heading back.
What about you, Mulalani? Where are you gonna go?
I'll go help the What about you guys? We could go to— Yeah, that does sound— That would be pretty. It'll be fine.
Let's part ways here for now. And most importantly— Oh, and— Can we—
Alright, let's hurry up and—
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good. Look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time. So we'll have to keep our conversation short.
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the Children of Echoes after this.
What? So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn. I shouldn't underestimate the Fatui's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does. I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret. I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price. The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines—
Wait, you can use souls to weave a net?
Yes. It means sacrificing those souls in the process. Souls are just another form of life. The Night Kingdom not only houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting— Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the damaged ley lines before that happens, then all those sacrifices are for nothing. Given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. I want us to win, but I also care about how we win. And what that means. Now it's true. Both plans come at a risk. But after weighing our options, this is our best bet. Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, the Pyro Archons had to account for the worst-case scenario. Having a content still. This has always been a...
Oh, one more thing? The captain said he found another way to solve the problem. Could be...
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I see no reason for him to lie. Seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can... Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me, even if just for a second.
Not even a little! We would never... Wait, what are you talking about, Traveler?
Just as expected. Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but... So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
You scared Paimon. You've really got a lot of guts, Traveler.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mawika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it. As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
That's great! Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, I'm confident the warriors stationed in those areas can... Don't worry. I just need to finish...
Wait! You're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro Archon. No matter how you look at it, my duty is on the front lines. I just think there's strength in numbers. If the people feel emboldened... Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, it's not a permanent... I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defense. Now, I just...
Paimon's a little worried about how people... Alright, we should head out!
Settle down.
Bring it! Let the mountain's veins boil!
Okay.
Bring it!
Let's light it up!
Illusion shattered!
Okay.
Quick, over here! To safety!
Kachina!
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help.
We'll go together.
You really are a one-trick pony, you know. Are you running away?
Stay safe. We've got this. Hear the echoes of the valley!
Drawing down! Check this out. Best of luck.
There is no escape!
I really thought I was done for. I can't thank you.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the abyss.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echoes. By the way, where's Seat Lolly?
The Masters of the Night Wind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
That makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. Alright, this is...
Looks like a few people were hurt after all. Oh.
The Abyss threw a lot at us at once. I read... before... You mean the situation... it's...
That just means we need to buy the pot.
You really are...
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
So, specifics aside, the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crime.
And somehow, honestly, Yeah, Plus, when it comes to Natlan survival...
I agree. Life is important, but so are history and memory.
As the Archon, she can't tell us everything, but it seems like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is... If the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come the pyro...
This is all super confusing.
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui are doing...
Let's head back then. Moika said her intelligence officers should return soon. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound...
Sounds good. I have a few...
I was just about to ask. Register. Alright. See...
Oh, you...